change.
Well, hello, everybody, and Happy New Year to everybody. This is Slim Overton, and I'm here with Shona. And Shona, I want to ask you first because I always go through this on the New Year. And
Okay.
you go to the stores and you be saying Happy New Year. You go out, Happy New Year, and then it gets like Happy New Year, you know. But how long do you actually say Happy New Year before you cut it off? I mean, is it a week? Is it, you know, or is, because some people go on and on, it'd be March. Happy New Year. Wait a minute.
I just kind of go with the flow. It depends
Yeah.
on the company I'm in. If they're jovial and they're wishing me Happy New Year, then of course I'm going to bid them the same.
Yeah.
As
You
I
kind
am
of,
for our audience, Happy New Year. It's our take on it. 2026, y'all.
2026. And,
2026.
of course, featuring Slim and Shona, P-Town to ATL. And make sure, we say this in the beginning, in the middle, and probably somewhere in the end, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this show. Whether it's
Subscribe,
just Shona and I or 15
like,
other panel hosts,
like.
but we're going to talk about, a little bit about what we want to do going forward. But we're also going to talk about uh, 2025. I think we started, I don't know, was it October or November?
October.
October. So that was
Our
the
channel went live
your
at the beginning of October.
your interview. Yeah.
My interview, oh, you mean the first one?
Yeah,
That
the
was in
one you did
January.
before there was a Slim and Shona.
Yeah, it was in January. Man,
Was it
what
in
a
January?
it was
And
in
it went
January.
and it went that long before we decided. I thought it was kind of right after, soon after, maybe a month or so after.
Well, yeah, a month or so later, we did do a second show with Kalima. Remember?
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, we did, and that was still under the Slim Nation, I think. You
Once,
know,
yes.
and then we started talking and said, "Hey, why don't we do something ourselves?" And then we at first we were doing the Shona and Slim show under Slim Nation still. And I said,
Yes.
well, why don't we get our own channel, so we can be kind of separate and we can see how that goes because we wouldn't know the true value of what we're doing as far as gaining subscribers if we were hooked up with another, uh, my other podcast. So
Yes.
it made sense to just see how we would do and and spend more time now on this than I do my other podcast
Uh,
and going forward, I'm thinking about it. I might continue to do more, and some of those people that I was doing over there, just bring them here.
bring
Why
them up.
not do the one? Why
Yeah.
not do the one-on-ones here? And
Yeah.
sometimes it's easier to concentrate because I already have the portion of coffee talk, you know, and so that takes time. So
We could do the 2-on-1.
yeah, I think I'll probably still leave that platform open, but I'll probably just bring the people over here that I've been talking to have a conversation with, and you know, I think that'd be better. I think that'd be better.
So,
But anyway,
so
I
what you
want
feeling
to
so
play this, huh?
what you're feeling so far about the show in general?
I'm feeling
Because you
good about it.
have the
I'm having
experience. Okay.
yeah, I'm having fun. Because I've been kind of doing this for a while, and You know,
Yeah.
then I branched off and did the Slim Nation one-on-ones, and I have quite a few videos of me talking one-on-ones with people. I enjoyed that part of it because it was kind of completely different from the Portsmouth Coffee Talk, which was
Uh,
more like politics and
yeah.
other subjects, and
I
we
like
might
watching Portsmouth Coffee Talk. You
yeah.
guys should
So
check it out. Definitely.
yeah. So and that's another thing we're gonna start advertising this show. I mean, at least mentioning this show on that show and vice
Okay.
versa.
Okay.
So and that's why I was saying I might just bring the people that I would talk to over in Slim Nation and over here and let you be a part of that too, because I think you might think of some questions to ask those people that I might miss out on. So I
You
think
do you
and
do pretty good with coverage. I
yeah,
must
I think people will feel comfortable with two people, with getting a female and a male perspective on how we feel about them. Although the focus will be on them, but
sounds great.
they might feel more comfortable either way. So yeah, I think that's one of the things we can look forward. Our audience can look forward going forward in 2026. Because another reason for that, Shona, is to concentrate on that so we can concentrate on getting those subscriptions up. Yeah,
Yeah.
they go kind of slow in the beginning, but once you put more effort in it, like advertising and talking it up, like you've been doing. I think
Yeah.
you're responsible for most of it at like 111 now, and to people that have been up here for a while, that might not seem much, but somebody just starting out, you look at all those, all those subscriptions matter. And thank you to all those people. All those subscriptions
You
matter,
matter. Each and
and
every one
and
matter.
and each time you reach 100, 200, it's like a milestone in the YouTube world. Even though you see people with a lot of stuff, but they know you're just getting started, so they understand. They just like to see because they give those reports. Oh, you got 2 new subscribers this week, things like
Okay.
that. So they let
Um,
you know that.
I don't know how
Uh,
those things work, but I'm just having fun. I'm
yeah,
very
yeah. So I wanted to. I think this is one of your first as Slim and Shona. Uh, Let me see your babies. You know, I know you're not a medical professional.
what I was
Wait, that's not it.
going to.
Your babies. You know, I know you're not a medical professional, but sometimes people want your advice as a mother, or grandmother, or now great grandmother. What would be your talk with them? I know you would say, consult with your doctor, but got to work on that too,
Absolutely.
Shona. Want to know how I feel? Got to let you answer the question.
The key word is protection, and your job as a parent is to protect your child. Vaccinations are protection, simple and basic. It's protection.
Mhm.
You haven't heard of anyone dying from a vaccine, although there are some people who obviously have mental issues, such as the person who shot up the CDC here a couple months ago.
Mhm.
Because he felt like I think he said he felt like the vaccine made him sick or was I don't know what. Obviously, he had mental issues.
Your babies. You know, I know you're not a medical professional, but sometimes people. Yeah, because you remember that. That's one of the first shows
That's
I think
my
we did.
granddaughter up on the screen.
Oh, okay. And then we were just talking about the granddaughters and the greats and the granddaughters that we have. I mean, it's some of the joys of our lives, and we talked about this before, is seeing our offspring grow and continue to grow because, you know, I mean, that's what we're here for, and we want them to have a better life than we've had.
Absolutely.
And that's the main purpose, and I think that's the origin of life. You bring life into the world and you nurture them and then you let them go let them fly away, or you either sometimes you might have to push them out the nest, but
And slam the door.
slam the door. But at any time they'll understand. And I know you had this probably talk with your daughters, and I remember telling my daughter when the baby was born, I said, well, get ready for. I said one thing: when they get to be toddlers, walking and talking, they're gonna embarrass you, and it's nothing you can do about it because so many things are gonna be so spontaneous that it's just gonna come from nowhere when you're in the public. It's gonna a lot of
Good
times it's gonna be
advice.
cute if it's just you and her. But if you out in the public, they'll say some things. So don't be surprised or don't think that they're too young not to pick up things that is going on around them.
They don't miss a beat.
They don't miss a beat. So
They
if you're talking
don't.
about, if you have a best friend, even though they're your best friend, it might be some times you might say some things about that best friend or friend that really doesn't mean a lot, but that person never hears it, so it's no harm. But if your
Not
baby hears it, and then that person comes, Mama, didn't you say she had a big nose? So I've gotten that,
what are you talking about?
I mean, they will say
They'll do
anything.
it, yes.
Yeah. And most people that have parents will understand, but the shock value sometimes, some people don't understand because they know it came from you, especially if it's something real personal, But I mean, that's life. I mean, you did it to your parents,
That's right.
and then your children did it to you, and then you have the opportunity to tell them, just wait, wait until you have. And
and I'm the first one to say, it's your turn.
yep, it's your turn, and then you start hearing your children say, "Oh Lord," and you never heard them say that growing up, but once they have kids, that Lord and Jesus comes to mind. But
Or
so
they come to this one. Well, why didn't you tell me? Well, baby, I did. I told you several times. You wouldn't listen.
Yeah, you didn't think, you thought you were ready, and you didn't think, that was going to happen.
Just know everything, and mama and grandmama, they don't know anything because this is a different world, and this is not how it's done. I don't care what generation you're in. There are certain things that are
kids will be kids.
Every generation.
I'm gonna show some pictures of some shows we had, and it might not be in order, but I think this is one of our latest ones, and we're getting some comments from. Okay, let's see. One of your grandkids, what'd she say?
You're still the biggest help to this day, though. Oh, thank you, Chelsea.
Yeah, so no matter what goes on with that, even when they embarrass you, your children, it's just so many other things that they do that outweigh those times that you're never prepared for that happen, and you think, like you still walking around spelling words around the house, and they correcting your spelling. But this is one of the latest shows we had.
Yes, it is.
We're talking about 2025, and how do you feel? Just going back, how do you feel about it? You asked me how did I feel. How do you feel about it? Because we started. It wasn't like a whole year. This is not a whole year anniversary. We're gonna have to figure out when that first show was, so we can make sure we can mark that as an anniversary date. But so how do you feel? Because
I still feel the momentum. I'm still every time I'm more excited.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me this wasn't your first rodeo per se, because you did do a podcast with some other people before, and you sent me that podcast, and that was a radio show, or was it a
radio show? Yes.
Okay, and
internet radio.
Yeah,
That was
So
pretty
yeah,
cool. There, they were able to actually, our listeners called in on the phone.
right,
Um,
right.
and it got pretty interesting because it was mostly about relationships. Um,
But did y'all have a screener, or did they just cold call? You know.
they just cold called. Fortunately,
Mm.
we had listeners that were mature enough to, not go off the deep end. Um, and the questions or the subject that we posed were personal, so you can't really um, say it's right or wrong because your story or your view is your story or your view.
Yeah.
If that's what happened to you, it was mostly relationship questions, and I represented the senior segment of the dating scene, if you will. It
Oh
was really
yeah, yeah. I know that had to be an interesting story, and maybe one day we'll do a story about that dating at a senior age, at a mature age.
okay.
And some people stop at some point, and because they feel like, hey, for what? And some people are still out there on the dating scene and using all the tools that are available for anybody else to try to find the right person.
Yeah, on the dating apps and all of that.
Yeah. I saw
I did.
this. Go ahead.
I was about to say I did have one experience on the dating app, um, and that's why it's one. It will never be two. I'm just saying that. Mm-mm.
Well, that was just one time. You never know. You heard stories about people meeting and
That's
becoming
true,
lifetime partners.
and it was a long time ago, so I don't know. I just take it a day at a time. How did we
Yeah,
get
that
to
seemed like
dating?
I don't know if I could do something like that because it just takes me a little while to either warm up to people or them to warm up to me. Um, and it's been so long since I've had to even think
I
about
could imagine.
dating.
I could
I've been
imagine.
married 43 years, so
Wow.
dating things. But even
God
back,
bless you and Benet.
yeah,
That is amazing. I think that is,
yeah, and that's the second marriage.
I know,
Yeah,
but I
and
just love
good.
it when two people can come together and stay together for a long time like that. I just admire it so much.
Yeah. So, and then I guess been together that long. Every once in a while, you the outings you have, you say, well, let's make this a date, like a date.
You
And
have to keep dating
yeah,
your spouse.
yeah,
You
that's
have
that's
to.
kind of fun sometimes,
That's
and
what I
being
feel.
being spontaneous with it. At this picture, the last one we had here is, of course, was with two of our classmates. And as we look at some of the other pictures we have, we'll show the audience the variety of people and subjects that we've had on in a short time, and some of the subjects we covered were very informative, I believe,
Yeah.
and some of them entertaining, I
Yeah.
believe, as well. And some of them both in the same show, entertaining and informative.
Well, we try to make them all that way.
Right, right.
But I have had people to actually mention to me how much they love the content for our shows.
Yeah, yeah. And I think going forward in 2026, we'll show more of that, and try to improve. Like I said, I go back and look at the videos and try to improve. And one of the things, I have to get used to, which I didn't think I had to get used to, is having a partner. I did a lot of things solo, or I had a panel like with
Hmm.
Portsmouth Coffee Talk. But when I do the solo things, I'm used to just me being there. So I have to get used to realizing that I have a co-host here, and you know, and
I
not
have,
dominate the
you know
conversation.
what?
And you know who my biggest critic is? See, I'm doing it now. It is my wife, and I appreciate it.
Really?
Sometimes it gets on my nerves. She'll look at she doesn't watch them all because she said, I see you every day, but certain subjects that we cover, Yeah, she said this is a little too much. You know, I'm seeing you every day, and then I got to sit down and watch you on a video. But it's certain subjects that interest her, and she'll watch, and then she'll critique me, and you know, she has no problem being honest, and I kind of like it. And some of it gets, you know,
Great.
gets to me, and then after I think about it, I say, okay, that's what I need. You know, someone that's going to be honest and say, I think you're talking a little too much. You need to let, you know, just like I'm doing now, you need to let your co-host in, you know. So I'm working on that for 2026 and realize I have a co-host that has probably more to say than I do.
It's interesting that you brought up that aspect because that has never crossed my mind. Everything just seemed to flow so naturally, you know, from day one, which is really why we decided to do this. I just never thought of that as an interest. I think you're a very, very good host. Um, and like you were saying, you know, off the public eye, you know, you were apologizing last week for,
Yeah.
uh, you know, not allowing me to ha- even ask you some questions, but you were on your journey and that
Yeah.
should not be interrupted. I feel that way about actually any guest or anyone who is telling their story, because when you're telling your story, oftentimes I feel it's really coming to life in your mind and you're reliving it. You're walking us, your audience, through it as you walk back through it, and I don't think that should be interrupted.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that, man. And the reason I wanted to explain that to you because when my wife mentioned it, and then when I looked back at it, I said, yeah, I did. I could have, you know, let her, you know, in a little bit more. But my reason was, you know, it was kind of emotional for me. And if I had too many times to really stop, I might not have been able to make it through it.
You did an
You know,
excellent
talking
job.
about my brother and, you know, and for it to come in my mind that he's no longer here, you know, it's just like when you're dealing with it, and then when you go like this week, we're gonna have to go to Harrisburg. And by the way, thanks for all the people that after, before, and after the show that gave their condolences and calls and messages um, for myself and his wife and family, boys and girls that and grandchildren and everybody. Thanks for all your kind words. You know, very comforting. Anyway, so and thank you, Shona, for for allowing me to run on like that. You know, I think if Miss Haywood was around, she would have gotten me for run on sentences. You know, because it was a
Oh,
whole show of run on sentences. I never did stop. No commas, no periods. You know, I just kept going. But
I
you
do
know,
remember Miss Haywood from IC Dorcom High School. I do. I had
she was
her.
a character, just like all the teachers, the older, mature teachers that have been
Yeah.
around there for a long time. They had, you know, since we have our classmates up here, they had nothing but our well-being in their heart, and they had to love what they did because I don't think, and today teachers don't get paid what they're worth, and
No,
they
I do.
definitely did. You remember when they used to come by and give the teachers the checks
Yeah.
whenever they got paid during class, and the teacher would open it up and look at it and just put it.
Put it in the
I
drawer.
never could understand why you delivering the checks while they, you know, in class. You know they're gonna look at it and be
Why did
disappointed.
you just hand me my $5 bill?
Yeah, yeah. Why you just? I was having a good day, but I'm glad to get paid.
they
But anyway,
they really don't get paid their worth. They
yeah.
really don't. I have one of my
But
daughters is a teacher. She's a special ed teacher. And it you just they put so much into it. I mean,
mhm.
not only during working hours, but when the kids leave, they're still working. They have activities outside of school hours. They're working. They do not get paid enough.
Yeah, indeed. But hopefully one day they will get to that point. I don't know why, you know, enough money is not put into education for the teachers to get paid their worth. I mean, most of them, a lot of teachers nowadays, you know, they have master's degrees, you know, because they realize, you know, the undergrad is just not enough in order. They have to get that in order to make more and to open up more opportunities for them.
That's right.
So, you know,
My daughter's
even,
working on her doctorate.
yeah, and you know, and they really can't deny you then, you know, they have to pay you your worth. But sometimes that's why you see a lot of people in education, especially higher education, they move around so much, you know, on the university level. You know,
Yeah,
you look at their resumes, they've taught at Princeton, they taught in California, they taught in Texas. You know, they just had to
oh,
move around for the opportunities and the money before they retired. But anyway, hopefully one day it'll get to that. So it was really nice
yeah,
talking to our classmates, you know,
yes,
Daryl, DJ, and Edith, and
yeah,
they just happened to be band members like yourself.
yeah. In the band that I was in.
Yeah, you know, marching, and you were out front, and they were back there with the
That's right. Working hard.
clarinet and the flute. So yeah, so that was an interesting conversation,
Yes, it
and
was.
hopefully we'll have more going forward. More of our classmates periodically to come on. That's going to always be a thing with us.
So to our supporters, go back and have a look at those videos. They're interesting, sometimes funny, and you learn something on every show, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. This is one of the good things about doing something like this is that we also learn too, and we give people some. We give our opinions, but try not to say things to people so they can go out and say, "I'm gonna do that because he said it." No, that's why we bring on the experts for certain.
And that's why it's named Our Take on It, because
Our take on it.
it is our take on it.
It's right there in the title. What a great title that was, you know, for us going forward. It just, you know, it just covers what we wanted to do. It just says it all right there. You know,
Yes.
if you say you told me this, well, Haley, it's our take on it. You know,
That was my take on it. It can't be right or
yes,
wrong. It's
it's
just
not
my
the
take on
gospel,
it.
not the gospel. So
Oh,
this was an interesting
it's
one
Tracy.
here too.
Oh,
Yeah, with
absolutely.
Tracy, who, you know, I guess is one of the first time, you know, in our young podcast show uh, experience where we had someone
We,
from
we went
Korea out of the
global.
country.
We
Yeah,
went
we went
global
global. She's in Korea right now, although she's
right there
from
in that
she's
picture.
from Portsmouth,
Mm-hmm.
originally from Portsmouth, but uh, after college moved to California, worked in the corporate world, but she wanted to. This is about adoption. She wanted to, you know, sort of search her roots. So when she retired, you know, this is her second trip. She decided to go. Now she's there indefinitely, you know,
Wow.
still
We're gonna have
trying
to
to
reach out to
discover.
her again
Oh yeah, she's definitely
for an
she's
update.
receptible to. I mean, like this time she came on. That's about the third time uh, we've had her. I've had her on
Okay.
talking about this subject because it's such an interesting story. She's been other places talking about it, but she always will make time for us. You know, I think it's that Portsmouth connection, and we went to the same university, so I think that helps too. But that was a great show. You know, having to talk to her.
So
Uh,
let me just say, James, you really
mhm.
have a gift for catching me in these pictures, the stills at just the right moment for me to just look crazy. Uh,
You know, I saw. I must have missed that one. I saw another one. One of them I put up there intentionally because both of us have a look that like somebody said something that, you know, we thought we'd get thrown off the air for.
but it's
But
okay.
I must have missed this one because but
Maybe it will encourage someone to just click on it to see what in the world
Yeah.
is
Well, what kind of
crazy
face she
lady
gonna have this
talking
time?
about.
Let me let me see what this next one.
Okay. I
Uh,
think her name was Brandy.
mhm.
And was it
Well, you
Brandy?
kind of look like you were mad she was there.
Exactly. You just got to click on it to see what's going on because
I
whatever she
promise you,
said, she meant that thing. Okay.
yeah, I'll take my time there. She was a little passionate about her situation,
And
especially.
who wouldn't be?
Yeah. Well, we had about three different people talking about the breast cancer thing, and each experience that those ladies had was different. And
Yes.
hers was like classic. If I recall,
Not
didn't
classic.
they not believe her or something? What was it?
This young lady is in her 30s.
Oh,
She's
okay.
had breast cancer twice. The
Mhm.
first time she was diagnosed, she was only 30 years old.
Wow.
The second time she was diagnosed, she was 8 months pregnant.
Mm.
So they had to start her treatment immediately while she was still carrying her child.
Yeah, I recall that. Now I
You
think
need to go
each
back and
time,
watch that one.
yeah, each
That's
time we
very
dealt
tough.
with the cancer, breast cancer, it was different because each person, just like they don't even recommend taking mammograms before 30 or until you're 40 or more. I
40,
think it
yeah.
used to be more than 40. Now they dropped it to 40.
Can you imagine this young lady was 30 years old? The
Yeah,
last thing that would ever cross a 30-year-old's mind is that I have some sort of cancer.
yeah.
The
So I
last thing.
guess that's people get information from our shows. I guess that would tell people, or young ladies,
It
start
can
checking early,
this
especially if it's in your family.
this is real.
And it doesn't have to be in your family. You could be the beginning of it.
And
So,
that's mostly the case for everyone that we've had on who's had cancer. No one else in their family had it.
oh yeah. And most people say, and if you know your history, some people just don't know their history. Now, this picture, like I said, this was intentional.
Yeah, that's the
I
one.
wanted to
Okay.
put that up because every once in a while, Shauna, you show a passion about something, a point you want to make, and this is one of those times. You're trying to get that point across when you close those
Yeah.
eyes and say that was
Okay.
like, and see my look there. I better listen to her because once your eyes close, that means look.
So the look that you had is what? Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh. What's coming next? Because
Okay.
I must have been caught in mid sentence. So
Well, we
but
do.
I think that's a look that your children and grandchildren might know too. Something's get ready to come.
I don't even want to look at the comments now.
They probably won't make them until later. But yeah, so like I said, that was intentional. But that was just us talking. And
Oh, and so am I cross-eyed now?
ow, excuse me. Oh man, I really, I'm gonna really have to take my time. And I tell you what, we're gonna have to figure out a day. We're gonna have a production meeting. You know,
Okay.
I think maybe the best times. Well, Sundays is usually when if you go home, you're coming back. So
True. But I
between
try to
Sundays and
be back
Mondays,
before it's dark.
yeah,
We'll tackle that offline.
yeah,
Um,
just
this is one of the reasons why, the first two times that I did the podcast, I had to drink some wine. I don't drink much or often, but that's what I did. because I was so nervous. Now I never really get nervous because I've just put it all out there. So you get what you get. And boy, that picture says it all. You got what you
Oh
got.
man. And you know, when I look over here, you know, it's I have it on my big screen,
Oh Lord.
and everybody has a look, but yours takes the cake.
Okay.
You get the Oscar for that. Okay.
Hey, we're gonna blame it on my mama. That's Miss Virgie right there. She was very animated. Um, God rest her soul. Wow.
Yeah, you made your point. I think you got your point over on that one, and the one before that too. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, I can get with that one.
It looks pretty normal there. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, this was our Halloween show.
Yes, and we were lucky to have another classmate, Sherry Brown
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
and we had fun on there, but we also covered some serious topics there as well.
My daughter is cracking up.
That last one got her. Oh boy.
This is the Shona Funny Face Show.
Yes. Okay. So, you know, just looking back on these things, now we know how we have to, you know, just think about you might get captured in
But you know, the thing is, it's very easy, even when you're speaking normally. There is a moment in time when you can catch a crazy looking face, and they do that
yeah,
all the time, especially with public figures. You know, it looks like they're saying or doing something that's not even happening. It's just that
yeah,
moment when you caught them in an eye blink. They may look drunk,
yeah.
but they just blink their eyes, and that's something that we normally do.
And people can really use that, you know.
Exactly.
And it's crazy how simple that is, but think about what AI, I mean, well, people are using it now to, you know, to put people in a situation.
Yes.
I mean, if you are married and you're a real evil person, you can put your husband in a situation and take him to court and, you know, divorce him and take everything. You say he was cheating.
It's really scary.
Then he has to prove. I think it's ways right now that they can detect if it's you know, AI or not. But as time goes on and people get really proficient in it, you probably won't be able to tell. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, what do we got?
Okay, I guess that's just justice. Is that okay? I guess.
That's me.
Yeah, that was a. So that's another good one. You know, that's Kalima.
Yes.
Overton, I mean. And
that's actually where it started for me, because the first one-on-one that you did with me, where I was telling my story, she was supposed to be on that show too, and something prevented her from being able to.
Yeah, we couldn't get the connection right, and
so I got a little deep into my story. There are just so many stories. I definitely filled up the whole hour. I probably was like you thought you were last week.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, that's, you know, and I kind of like that because, you know, I didn't know you were going, you know, I never know how much someone's going to, and a lot of times the guests don't know how much they're going to expose until they start talking. And if they feel comfortable, it's something that they end up doing and not really thinking about it, but it ends up being something that is a release for them.
Exactly.
You know,
it's very, very therapeutic.
Yeah. Like those ladies I had on there with breast cancer, they said they never thought they would reveal some of the things that they did. And it was the first time they did, other than, you know, close friends or family on a setting like this. So but they felt good about it afterwards. And Kalima, you see her book, Hidden in Plain Sight. If you need to
Yes.
look that up and get that book, I think even if you're not in that situation, it's a good
Get
book to
yours. Get
have.
your book too. I got mine from
Yes,
Amazon.
yeah, and yeah, I have it around here
We
somewhere
support
too.
our press.
And men and women, you get that book, and it helps you even if you're not in that situation. If you have, it helps you recognize if you have friends or family members in that situation where you might recognize it before that person actually. Well, that person is going to know it because they're going to be on the end, on the physical end or the emotional end of it, but they might try to hold it in. So if you understand more about it, then you might be able to communicate better with that person. Would you say, Shelma?
Absolutely. I was just thinking about that today, James, because I know some people that I deal with on a almost daily basis who display narcissistic behaviors. And I had never thought about that before. And I thought about that just today. I even looked up the word because I was thinking about it. Well, she is so bossy and controlling. Hmm.
And
Now
people, you
there
find
are
out it's not
levels.
always male.
Yes, there are levels. Some
Hmm.
are extreme, and those are the ones that we really have to beware of and watch out for. But there are a lot of people, probably around all of us, who do have narcissistic behaviors. And I think all of us have a little of that
Yeah,
type of behavior. But when it becomes extreme, that's when it becomes dangerous.
right, right. And, that's why I recommend men to read it too, because remember she had an interview and had a podcast and just had men. And I was one of the three
Hmm.
men she had up there. And, we read it, and the men, she was a part of it too. And the men talked about what they got out of it. And we all talked about it. And one of the things, first thing I said, I wanted to see what, did I have any of those characteristics? I know I wasn't a physical person. I wasn't going to harm anybody physically, but, you know, we all can try to emotionally scar somebody when we get
We
mad at
need
them
Renee to answer that.
and go a little deep, because especially if you've been around and you know what buttons to push.
Yeah.
But if it gets down to a point where it's a controlling behavior and it's all the time where you're just putting them
Yeah.
down, you
That's extreme.
you you know you make them feel like nobody wants them, and you want to say, well, why are you here? But but they just want that person that they can control and do what they want to do.
Yes.
So it's a very interesting subject, and like you said, it's a whole lot of different a
Levels
whole lot
too.
of levels to it, and you just need to know.
Well, hello, son.
It's a family
It
affair.
sure is. It's a family affair today. That's good. Um, it's interesting that you mentioned getting subscribers for the channel. It's
Hmm.
easier to get complete strangers to subscribe than it is your own friends and family.
Yeah, I mean, because some people watch and think that's enough, and even the people that subscribe, you don't have to do that, but it's hard to get people to know each time you watch, you got to hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
Once you subscribe, you're in there, but each
So
video you watch, you have to hit
let's
that
forget the
that
comment.
like.
So we're gonna have at least 2 likes on this podcast, right? Right, right. Okay.
And we'll see it. They're going to report to us afterwards. So we'll be able to see how many
I
likes we
know
have.
who you are. I know where you live.
Yeah. Oh, when we go back to that picture, that with that look, with those eyes closed. I'm coming at you.
No.
Let's see
Well,
what show was this? Oh, okay. We showed her already, right?
yes, we have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I must have gone
Tracy
went the
too.
wrong way.
Yes. You just, hey.
Oh, okay. Oh,
See, just like it looks
Wesley
like
sleep.
Wesley is asleep, you just have
Well,
this
it was a few
that
times. Wesley has been, all the time we knew Wesley in high school. He always had glasses, right?
Yes.
You remember him with glasses, and
Yes.
all his adult life, I remember him with glasses. And when he started coming on the podcast, I said, "Man, what? You get in your 70s, and all of a sudden you don't need glasses?" And I thought he had that laser surgery because a
Okay.
lot of people get that, and it doesn't. You don't need glasses, but he said it was contacts. But anyway,
Okay.
a lot of times when he's on our show, he's been on different platforms with us. It looks like he's asleep, but that's the way he. I guess that's the way he relaxed. I don't know. He might be asleep, but he sure looks
Contemplating.
asleep on that one.
He's contemplating.
Yes, she's getting ready to come back with
He's
some
letting
really,
it sink in.
yes, and coming
Yeah.
back with some really heavy information. He's
Yeah.
gonna blow us away
Yeah.
with what he has to say.
Well,
But
I like the Santa hat, I have to say.
the what? Oh yeah. Thanks for being so festive because I think we were talking. Yeah, I had to take some of the comments out of her face. And I think we were talking about that. Not everybody is festive around the holiday time.
That's exactly right.
And
That was a really interesting show. When you guys get a chance, definitely go back and watch that one. And Yvette Searson, she is actually starting her own podcast in 2026. I don't know if she has had her first one, but James has mentioned before, and as well as myself, I love her Yardbird conversations on Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah.
She has a very soothing voice and manner about her. So she's definitely in the right job for her.
Yes. And like we said, sometimes the subjects we cover, we bring on an expert because,
She's definitely
we can have our experiences and opinions about a subject or something we've been through, but she is a licensed clinician
yes.
in that area. And I think the seasonal affective,
Disorder.
what was that?
Disorder.
Syndrome? Huh?
Disorder. It spells
Disorder,
out
okay.
SAD, S-A-D.
Yes. That
Yeah.
was the...
It was about holiday and depression.
Yeah.
Which affects actually most of us, I believe.
Yes, and she talked about how a lot of people are going through it and don't realize that they are. And it can... Yeah, and it can be really serious if you don't check it,
Absolutely.
It really cause some really damage mentally.
For sure. And it will escalate.
Oh, Ray. And okay, your picture there, were you happy that Ray was there? I mean, what was that?
No telling.
Did he say something funny?
You're going to have to watch the show to find out what was going on.
I can tell you what we were talking about. We were talking. One of the things we were talking about, I asked the two of y'all, when I was, we were in high school, there used to be these, what I perceived as cool guys that would always be in whispering in the girl's ear, either in class before class started or at a dance or, in the cafeteria, and they just come up and and the girl would just sit there, and I always wondered, what are these guys saying? You know, and Ray said they were begging. You know, and I never thought about that. I just thought they were being cool, hey baby. Like I thought they were doing that Barry White thing. The deep voice, hey baby, come on, my dear, let me, and rhyming and all that. And Ray said they were begging.
He's a character.
Yeah.
You know what? My granddaughter's a character too, because her last comment, she said, no, if her eyebrows are not moving angry like when she's talking, then you're good.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks, granddaughter. I've seen that. I didn't realize that was anger, but I've seen those eyebrows moving, and I think I don't know. I have to find that, but and find and show the video next time, sometime next year.
No.
So she should know, right?
Man, if anybody should know, she's the one who would know, because she certainly can bring out some anger at times over the years, ever since she was able to walk and talk.
So I have one more. I might have missed.
Okay.
I think I missed somebody. Let me see. Okay, that's Sherry again.
Mm-hmm. We've done quite a few subjects, I think, of topics in the short time that we have launched the channel.
Yeah, I think it's just a few times, and we had to really go. And I think now this is now the people might now this is Dr. Ernestine Duncan, and she was on when we were talking about domestic violence, and she's a professor of psychology at Norfolk State University. Some people might look at the hairstyle and say, "What's going on there?" But we didn't bring it up then. But I'm sure she might see this, and she would say the same thing. It was just a different style.
Look. Yeah.
I've seen it in person, and it looks more stylish than maybe this picture caught it. But anyway, she's been she's been a expert as far as domestic violence and psychology and the study of the human mind. A guest of mine since I'm already saying 19, right? 19.
I was waiting for what was coming out after that.
1916.
Okay.
2016. Really? Since 2016, she came on the radio when I did the radio program and talk. So anytime I called her, she was always ready to come on there and talk. And I was a advocate for using, professors from Norfolk State and wherever else we could get them, and ODU sometimes we'd use it, but mostly Norfolk State. We've used Coletta of Fairfax, and she's out of social work, and she's come on and given a few times and talked about when they were talking about Project 2025 and
we'll have to have 19 take on it.
Yeah. I think she'll be a good guest to come on here too, because especially in that field of social work, it's a lot that she can talk about, and she's very active in quite a bit of subjects. She lives in Hampton and talks about is involved in her community. So yeah, and other people we can bring from Norfolk State that specialize in something. I think we should use these professors that are over there. I tried to let the city know that they need to use some of these people for some of those studies that they pay out-of-town companies a lot of money for, when they can just go right over to Norfolk State and have some of the students conduct the study and do the same thing, and for less. But anyway, I know other cities use colleges, to do some of that kind of work rather than bringing somebody from out of town. But I guess that's the way it is. But anyway, she's been a staple in our podcast, all of them, and now she's a friend of ours, and she really came in. One thing about her, she comes in with the facts. Once I talk to her, I tell her what we want to talk to. Even though she knows the subject, she'll do a little bit more research just to be able to come on and be up to date. In her mind, something might have happened yesterday. Something might have changed in her field yesterday that she can share with us. So she always comes there, with a little bit, and she comes with a little bit of humor as well. So, because it could be a solemn subject. Well, it is.
As I can recall, Dr. Duncan seemed like she knows her stuff.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I enjoyed the opportunity to have her on.
So these are people I call our FSS, our favorite show supporters.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I gotta write that down because I gotta put it somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe I can have a mug made and send it to you.
Yeah.
FSS, our favorite show supporters. So you have to earn that title. And some of our favorite show supporters are not even the ones that we have on as guests. They are our viewers who are very loyal and stay with us. They're our favorite show supporters also.
Yeah, I think one of the things too that you would like to do, because I think we want to get that started and we just figure out how we can really do it and give people the chance. Like that question you asked, I think that's a really thing. And that's how people can become, some of our favorite show supporters by
nobody wanted to step up and answer the question.
Responding some of the answers. And I'll say this going forward, we'll probably set up something where if you like to support us financially, if you feel like we are giving you enough content that you might just want to support us in any little bit, and we'll probably set up
just let us hold a 5 spot.
Yeah, yeah. I see some of the Don Lemon, some of the big national shows, and people be donating $5, and they big time, but but they got like 500,000, people watching.
Yeah, wow.
Times 5 is a lot of money. So
okay.
But anyway, it's not all about the money, but
make sure you share the podcast.
Yeah, it's not all about the money, but when we probably establish a cash app and hopefully a bank account, and so you'll know it's going into that, and it's only to improve what we're doing here. If you see, I can't. Well, next time I'll show. I tried to show it once before, and I didn't. All the stuff that I got in here, and it's always could use an upgrade on some of the cameras and things like that. Because sometimes,
I have to build on it all. I set my little desk up at home, and I haven't got broadcast from my desk yet. I got a little background. It looks like a radio station with the mic on the background.
Yeah,
you'll be able to. So cute every time I go home.
You'll be able to do that now, because like I said, once you get going the way you are now, I can. What I do, because you are a co-host now, I think you can be upgraded to administrator, where you can do everything. Like if you want to do a show, and I encourage that. Like if not a show, but you just want to come on or record something, where you're just talking about something, and then just download it and put it on our channel, or put it on Facebook as well.
Just spit out some thoughts. That is interesting, I find, because oftentimes you do that, and I could be at work at my desk and I'll see James Overton live, and I'll just click on it. What is he talking about? And I'll sit there and listen to the whole thing.
So sometimes, a lot of times it's crazy. Sometimes I just might be in my car and I'll think of something, or I'll see something, or I, especially if I come out of a store and I just got disrespected and I'm spending my money, I'll just put it out there and see how many other people have experienced that. And I think everybody has. That's one of those things we all have, but it just seems like it's more prevalent now. You know, when you just want basics, all I want is basic service. All I want is a thank you. You know, somebody, you hand them their money and they give you your product and they just stand there. You know, I just help pay your salary. Don't I get a thank you? And so
At
those
least,
things,
at
and
least.
so you can do that. You run into some, just like if you're walking down the street and you turn around and turn and walk into a pole, you need to talk about that. You know, you find out how many people, hey, I just did that yesterday. You know, so
Wow.
it takes the embarrassment away from you if you know like 5 other people just did that, you know, walked into a pole. You know, but if nobody responds, uh,
I'll be all right. If I can live through seeing all these funny cap pictures that you have captured of my face.
oh yeah, oh you'll really make some faces then. You know, nobody responds. Hey, you mean nobody has done this before? You're on your
Okay.
own, baby. I ain't never seen nobody. You know,
Wow.
but
Let me read
yeah,
this
and
comment, please.
yeah, and those spontaneous things are fun to do, and just to see how many people have had the same experience. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's fun. And it's sort of, especially if you put it on the channel. A lot of times I'll do it on Facebook. I do it Facebook Live, but you know, sometimes it's easier just to record it and then upload it to wherever you want it to go. And
Okay.
I think somebody else's his son is speaking here. Did you see it?
Yes, I was going to read that for you before you guys close the show, Slim. I want to say my heart go out to you and the family. Oh,
Oh, okay. Thanks. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot.
that's Lapeet.
Yeah.
That's my son.
Yes,
Um,
indeed. Yeah.
but just
I had the
know that,
opportunity to meet him. Yeah.
yes, you did.
Yeah.
In your
Even though he,
travels, James, know that you will not be alone. I know that Benet will be there for you. You'll have lots of family support, but you also have the our viewers from our take on it. We'll be traveling with you to Harrisburg, and
yeah.
we're always there to support you. Please know that.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing special about it, you know, my daughter coming down with the granddaughter, and we all gonna drive there. So
That's gonna be
that's
fun.
gonna be special. That's the
Mhm.
first time we've done it. You know, my daughter, my granddaughter, and Benet and myself have
Wow.
been somewhere, you know, been on a trip like that. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be special. And pray for me as well too, because I've been asked to say a few words if I could.
that doesn't surprise me.
Sister-in-law, you know, she said if I could, did I think I could? I believe I could. I really don't know until I get up there, but
I'm the
and
same.
and I'm one of those people. I try when I do something like that because it was a few of our classmates that died. Country and Deborah Cummins. I couldn't think of her name. She was on that picture. You remember
Hmm.
Deborah Cummins? She
Hmm.
was one
Yeah,
of those. I think she was like 1, 2, or 3, or 4 in the class. You know, you said you were 16.
I was
She might have
16.
been. She might have been. No, she wasn't 1 because I think Doris
Lewis.
Lewis was 2, and because Doris said she tried to be valedictorian, and this she mentioned the girl's name. I talked to her the other not too long ago, Doris, and
Okay.
she mentioned this other girl got her, but she was what is it when you're the second person? You also speak salutatorian.
Auditorium.
Okay, got
Yeah.
that right. That's just like me talking about the breast cancer and getting a vasectomy. You know.
Okay. They're so close.
Not really.
Not at all. Okay.
Okay, I think we've done our hour. We appreciate everybody watching, and I guess I don't know if you saw Shona sent me a thing of what she put a thing on Facebook and asked that question and see if you get any response about if you were it was directed at men and it said if you were a woman for 24 hours,
That was funny.
what would be the first? Yeah, I would take my shirt
You're
off and go look in the mirror.
I was at my desk at work and I was cracking up by myself, just sitting there. I know
Yeah,
everybody's like, okay, this old lady is just losing her mind over there. What's
yeah,
going on?
yeah. I wouldn't have to ask nobody. Just take my shirt off and go and look in the mirror and say, "Oh, you know." Wouldn't even have to ask. Mine.
Okay. Well, I wonder why women don't do that. I know I wouldn't do
Some
that.
do probably. Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was an
Right.
interesting question. But
So
formally ask that question before we sign off, and it might not. Somebody might not answer now, but they might answer, and we might get kicked off YouTube. I don't know. But, but I thought it was an interesting question. I mean, okay, let me ask you: if you were a man, got to be a man for 24 hours, what would be the first thing you would do?
ooh.
That would take some time to answer. Yeah, I mean, when you asked that, I thought it was going to be an easy thing to answer. I sat there and
Oh,
thought,
did you?
yeah, I thought, and all kinds of, well, nothing really came to my mind. And first thing that really came to my mind was what I said. Take my shirt off. But I didn't add the other part about going in the bathroom, looking in the mirror.
Wow. I think I would find a
If
deserving
anybody sees this, they might send
show her
somebody.
how a woman should be treated.
Oh, okay. See, I figured that yours would be something like that, and I guess you weren't surprised at my answer. But
Well, actually, I was.
that I actually put it in print. Well, somebody commented, "Oh no!"
I'm like, what? Okay.
But you know what they say now is it's all about the shock value. We don't have to
That's
go that
true.
way.
That's true.
But that's how people rather to see the crazy stuff rather than
Hi, Hootie Williams. He
really
said we
informative
crazy.
information.
He said we crazy.
Oh, that's Huddy. Hey, Huddy.
It's not me. It's not me. It's him. He's the one that would take his shirt off if he were a woman for 24 hours.
Yeah.
That was nothing that I said.
Yeah, go back and look at our show that Huddy was on. Huddy talked about prostate cancer that
Yes.
he experienced and talked directly. And then that's what's so great about all the people, the subjects that we covered. We actually had people that went through it, that experienced it. So you couldn't get any more informative than that.
I think I did see that show. I would love for him to come on our take on it and share that.
Oh, he did it with us on our show. You don't remember?
On our show, or was it was before we launched.
It was before we had our own channel, but we were still under. It was the two of us and him.
I've seen him talk about his story.
Yeah.
Very compelling.
Yep.
Very compelling.
So,
but we'll have to have him back on. Yes.
So it's a new year. So I know you have to go to work like you, like the Isley brothers. You got work to do, and we wish you well in your work, and we wish you a happy new year. And we look forward to going forward. Come up with those great ideas that I'm sure that are circulating in your head. As far as guests and some little things we can do for the audience that we can reward the audience. And now, since I'm deciding this, I think I can work on a Slim and Shona hat.
Oh,
I can go ahead and order that and see how you like it. And then what what's your favorite color?
To be honest with you, I don't have a favorite color because I can work with them all. It just depends
Oh,
on how you
okay.
put it together. However, I was really touched. One of the gifts that I got from one of my coworkers. I go to Bible study at noon on Tuesdays at work, and
Hmm.
one of the ladies who's always ever present, she gave us journals, gave each of the ladies journals so we could write our
Hmm.
notes in. And when I opened mine, they were all different colors. And when I opened mine, it was Huddy said he will come back. Yay.
Yeah.
When I opened mine was purple. She said, you know why I made yours purple, don't you? And I said, no, actually, I don't. I said, she said, well, it's for domestic violence. I said, thank you. That makes it so very, very special.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's probably that sign we got up there. I'll take on it. Is that purple? That's purple, right?
Uh,
Or is that
that's
a dark blue? Or would you consider that little in the up in the corner where it says "I'll take on it"? You consider that purple or
well,
blue?
mine looks black because I guess I have a small screen here. How do you make the screen bigger? We'll have to work on that. But yes, you 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 can't tell the difference
Your son
between
said
blue
it's
and
purple.
purple. You
Son
can't tell
said
the
it's
difference
purple.
between blue and purple. Do we have some color blindness going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks purple to me, and your son said it's purple, so I'm gonna go with what he says.
Okay.
'Cause I think he's a bright young man, so I'm gonna go. The reason I asked that because the first hat I'm gonna get, you know, it's gonna be purple, and maybe that'll be our theme color since we started out with
That is true.
that color in mind, and that's the way we got together with the
We
domestic
started out
violence
with that
thing.
theme in mind, actually.
Yeah. So that
That's
might be the best way to go. A good look. So
purple
I'm
is
I'm gonna
regal.
order that and then I'll show it to you and then maybe we can
It's a very
get
regal
some.
color too.
Yeah, because I don't you don't wear these kind of hats, but did they have?
Oh, you you just showed a picture with my pink hat on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and I was afraid you were gonna say your favorite color was pink. And I don't mind. I got a pink dress shirt that I wear proudly, but didn't want to be wearing a pink
It's
hat.
just not one of your favorite colors, huh?
It's no, it's not one of
Man enough to
it's
rock it when
favorite
it's
color on other people.
okay.
I wouldn't want to be walking around with a pink hat on because they might think I'm representing
Daily.
something else. Okay, okay, I'm getting dizzy now, so I think we better. Oh,
Oh,
somebody said it was sage.
that's because that's her favorite color.
So we got purple and sage. Well, whatever that is, the hat is gonna
And they would
the
be
hat is
nice
gonna
together,
be
actually.
purple. The hat is gonna be purple with I guess white letters. Yeah. So thanks again, everybody. Looks like
Yes, you
Shona
just
is getting sleepy, and I don't want to catch her. Have another one of these. Catch her looking sleepy like Wesley.
oh, I'm sure you'll capture it. Whether I'm sleepy or not.
Yeah. Well,
You can do it.
we will have production meetings before the next one, so you can approve of all the pictures. I did those pictures at the last minute, so
I understand.
that's probably why I forgot to send you the invite.
Well, we had this special edition actually so that James could prepare for his journey to go to Harrisburg um, to funeralize his brother. So we send you with our blessings. Um, we'll miss you on Tuesday night when we're normally together, but I'm glad that we had a few people who could come on and let us kick it for a minute and bring in
Yeah.
2026 because we're very much looking forward to some new and interesting conversations and topics in 2026. So stay.
Wow, with a little jazz.
Never know. Love it. I love it.
Okay, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for supporting us in 2025 as we navigate through this thing. I've been doing it for a while, but each time I do another platform, it's almost like starting over again. So first time I had a partner, have had panels before, but first I had a one-on-one partner, so I'm enjoying this to the point where I'm bringing my platform over to this. I think it makes sense. And all the people I had written down to interview this year, and some of them I've already talked to, so I'll just bring them to this.
Okay, I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you next time for real. This time we're getting out of here.
Click like and share. Subscribe.
And tell other people to watch and be prepared for some really dynamic shows coming up in 2026. We're really going to work hard on that, and we'll let you know how we'll set up the opportunity for if you want to support us financially. And remember, everything financially will go back into the production of the program unless we start making millions, and then we're going to have to divide that up. But you know, we're gonna have to work that out. We're gonna have to get we're gonna have to get lawyers and stuff for that. But if you want to support us financially, it's to go back into our production. And one other thing, Shona, whenever she comes in town, we'll try to make a point to do a show together live. I think when you come next Thanksgiving, we'll figure out, just an hour or two we can just come together and we'll record that. I think people enjoy seeing us together, every once in a while.
I would love to take them to a couple of places in Portsmouth, show them our hometown.
Yeah, well, I'd like to do that. Yes, let's do that. Just go around the different spots and just have fun with it.
Yes.
I'll even hold the camera while you talk.
All right. Now I have invested in my mic that I can clip on my clothes, so I'm already prepared for that.
Oh, okay. See.
A little brush on it.
For the wind.
And yeah.
For the wind that's out.
I don't know how to use it, but I have.
We'll work it out. I'm still working out on things, but like I said, that's the kind of stuff that we will be trying to invest in with your support if you want to give it. We're not gonna ask you for it all the time, but sometimes people do support platforms like this in order for us to do location things or to do things. And whenever I'm in Atlanta, I might want to get together with her and she shows me around to some spots in Atlanta, and we want to capture that on film.
Oh, I'm a visitor in Atlanta now too.
Yeah, that's right. But I want to go to your hometown where before Marjorie Green quits. Oh no, she's already quit. Her last day was today. Oh wow! Out of here!
She is out of here.
With her pension for life.
It's just hot. Politics are just too hot.
Yeah.
Dangerous at this point in time.
Maybe a Democrat to get in there.
Yes.
Yes.
That is my wish. Okay, guys.
Okay.
It's been
We go.
great. Looking forward. The bottom line is we're moving forward and we're moving on up.
Yes, indeed. Not to the apartment in the sky, but we're moving on up. Wasn't that part of the song?
You're really showing your age now, okay?
Well, you remember too, don't you? I don't know. Or you just saw reruns. I saw it live.
Yeah, okay. Wink, wink.
Wink. Take care, y'all.
All right.
We'll see you.
Good night.
All right, and
Good night, guys.
always be aware, be informed, and most of all, be involved. Take care. We'll see you.